breath for him to take the reins of power. And after a hurdle at the court stopping the swearing was cleared on Thursday, the dream finally came to pass.
Tunajua ya kwamba sisi ni jamii ndogo sana, labda tukustahili hiki kiti, lakini kwa sababu ya neema ya Mungu, kama vile tunajua kabila moja la Wanaisraeli la Juda ambalo lilikuwa limeambiwa alitaweza kukua kitu, lakini kwa neema ya Mungu wakaweza kupata Yesu.
Tukae pamoja, Kirinyaga, Tharaka, Meru, Embu, Gikuyu ni mahali pamoja. Tuko pamoja, tunafurahi sana kutelekea Kithure Kindiki mpaka nyumbani kwake, kwa sababu Tharaka Nithi tunafurahi sana ba mama na baba.
Tangu Kenya ipate uhuru, hatujawahi pata CS, hatujawahi pata deputy president, lakini siku ya leo tuko na kinara wetu mwenye deputy president.
They offered prayers for Kindiki and expressed hopes for national development and confidence that the former Interior Cabinet Secretary would turn around the fortunes of hustlers across the country.
Tunatarajia sasa, sababu tumepata naibu wa rais, mashinani watu waweze kuinuka, tupate stima, tupate maji, barabara zitengenezwe, sababu hapa mashinani ndipo naibu rais anapitia, na kina mama wa mboga kupata misaada ndio waweze kuinuka kimaisha.
With Kindiki assuring the president that he would lighten his load as principal assistant, his kinsmen believe his upbringing and character will enable him to provide genuine leadership.
Kama vile ameonyesha huo nyenyekevu tangu hawe mtoto wa Sunday school, akawa youth, akawa kijana mkubwa, na hata katika uongozi wa Kenya tumemfundisha kuwa mnyenyekevu na amesikia.
After the swearing in of Kindiki at the KICC, a luncheon hosted at State House, Nairobi, drew the top brass in government, dignitaries and members of the diplomatic corps. From Harambee House to Harambee Annex, Deputy President Kithure Kindiki steps into his new role with confidence, a man of calm demeanor and great academic mien, according to his boss. He has elaborated that his job is cut out for him. Melita Oletenge, Citizen TV at the KICC, Nairobi.
A multitude of people attended the swearing-in of Kithure Kindiki as the country's third deputy president at short notice. Other than thousands of ordinary Kenyans who thronged KICC as early as dawn, dignitaries, including leaders of all arms of government, governors and diplomats, also graced the event. Sathalale with the key highlights of the swearing-in.
Dawn at KICC. Organizers in a last-minute dash finalizing preparations. At the main entrance of the venue, long queues stretch up to 100 meters. All attendees underwent mandatory security screening as police patrolled inside and outside KICC.
Kutoka mwendo wa saa 6 tulipika huku mwendo wa saa 11.
Kithure Kindiki's family members, among them his brother and father, among notable attendees. The Chief Justice, Speakers of Parliament, governors, cabinet secretaries, members of the diplomatic corps, among dignitaries who graced the ceremony.
And I'm sure our neighbors are watching that in Kenya you cannot be sacked. You cannot lose your office until you go through a due process.
Coming from Mount Kenya East, because this is the first time a top leadership, second in command, has come to that part of the world.
The most important person is the individual citizen of the Republic of Kenya. That's what our focus should be, and we should serve with humility.
Well, I'm going to let the Kenyans speak today, and I'm going to let Susan speak.
No, it's just an exciting moment. We are here. I think we are ready for the country to move on.
It marks a defining moment in terms of our constitutionalism and the maturity of our institutions.
The mover of Rigathi Gachagwa's impeachment motion in Parliament, Mwengi Mutuse, was conspicuously present. The huge multitude which turned up for the swearing-in of Kithure Kindiki was entertained by various performing groups. The colourful main ceremony, which overlooked the footsteps of the convention centre, took less than 2 hours to conclude. While many attendees have wished Kithure Kindiki goodwill, even as he embarks on his journey as Kenya's third deputy president, work is clearly cut out for Professor Kindiki, who has to assist in delivering the presidency. Seth Olale, Citizen TV at the KICC, Nairobi County.
The swearing-in of Professor Kithure Kindiki as Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya is the culmination of a long-standing relationship between him and the President. Kindiki has been a loyal friend and a legal mind for President Ruto over 2 decades. This friendship has morphed into a unique and historic partnership in the country's presidency. Brenda Wanga reports.
It had the familiarity of a meeting between friends, only that the two men exchanging these warm greetings are a president and his newly minted deputy. The warmth on display perhaps indicative of the years of shared friendship and loyalty that has paid the ultimate dividends for the pair.
Professor Kindiki's work as a professor, litigation lawyer, consulting attorney, senator representing Tharaka Nithi, majority leader of the Senate, Deputy Speaker of the Senate, the most recently as Cabinet Secretary. I can confirm that in all these roles, he has demonstrated exceptional dedication, high competence and professionalism, and consistently delivered results beyond expectations.
I've been your political student for nearly 20 years now. And nothing in the political space has helped me to pick up lessons more than the years that I have worked and served around you in various capacities. Therefore, Your Excellency, I'm grateful for the honor which you have given me.
The oath of allegiance, ladies and gentlemen.
President William Ruto and Deputy President Kindiki Kithure have worked together both in and out of government, their relationship stretching as far back to the days when William Ruto was still a young member of parliament. Kindiki started out as Ruto's lawyer, a role he played prominently when the president and his predecessor faced criminal charges at The Hague. When it was time for Ruto to take a stab at the presidency with Uhuru Kenyatta, Kindiki was part of the team that put together the legal and ideological text for the formation of the Jubilee Party, an amalgamation of over 10 parties that successfully contested and won the presidency.
From the lethal combination of a near-collapsed economy,
he stayed by Ruto's side even when, as Deputy Speaker of the Senate, he was hounded out of office in the wake of the fallout between Uhuru and Ruto. Even then, he still stuck by the then-embattled Deputy President William Ruto and once again played a key role in crafting the political pacts between Ruto's new political vehicle, UDA, and like-minded parties to form the Kenya Kwanza coalition. For his pacts between Ruto's new political vehicle, UDA, and like-minded parties to form the Kenya Kwanza coalition on the Kenya Kwanza presidential ticket. That did not happen.
That I will not be seeking for any appointive position.
Despite having made way for the former DP Rigathi Gachagua on the presidential ticket, he was still at the front and center of the campaign, serving as Ruto's chief aide.
The highest honor yet of my life, and I don't take that for granted.
A fact that President William Ruto is counting on from his legal one-man team turned close aide and now deputy.
Calls for an individual who takes pride in a job well done, and is humble enough to be a loyal servant of the people, and who is selfless enough to reach out and mobilize the entirety of government towards delivering for Kenya.
Now Ruto and his deputy start another phase of their long-standing relationship. Kindiki will be hoping that he will not fall to the fate that has befallen previous holders of his new position, and that the solid foundation of the relationship between him and Ruto will stand the test of time. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has retreated to his home county of Nyeri, hours after Kithure Kindiki was sworn in to become Kenya's third Deputy President. Gachagua expressed gratitude for family on his social media, saying he is happy to be home, even as his spouse, Pastor Dorcas, thanked Kenyans for the love expressed towards her and her family by Kenyans. And as Kamau Mwangi narrates, Nyeri residents have expressed mixed reactions following Kindiki's ascension to their son's former office.
Minutes to 3 p.m., this photo depicting Ajoya's Gachagua family amidst a storm went up on both the former deputy president and his spouse's social pages with one message, and I quote, "God remains sovereign, whether he saves us from fire or not." And for a man who just lost his job, Gachagua already seems to be enjoying the warmth of his new setting, the Mathera home. In thanking God for the gift of family, the former DP says he cannot wait to reconnect with nature as early as tomorrow morning, this being in reference to his famous morning walks around his neighborhood whenever he was home. This change on his social media bios, speaking of a man who has already accepted his fate. His wife, on the other hand, using her platform to thank Kenyans for their love and support during the period in which they have been under tribulations. Pastor Dorcas, quoting the books of Daniel and Job that require Christians to be steadfast in the Lord in any situation that they find themselves in. This comes even as a section of Nyeri residents showed dissatisfaction with Kindiki swearing in. Michael Ngunjiri, a fruit vendor in Nyeri town, rose early to attend to his business. Ngunjiri was one among thousands of residents here who showed no interest in following the Kindiki inauguration.
Lakini inaonekana kwa sababu Gachagua ndiye alikuwa kichwa gumu kwa Rais Ruto. Sasa Ruto anataka mtu mpole kama Kindiki Kizure, mtu ambaye atakuwa akisema yes sir, mtu ambaye atakuwa akisema yes sir, ambaye hataweza kumwambia hapa maovu inatendeka. Na tipoza tunaona sisi tuko kazini, hatuna cha kuchelekea.
Sisi hatutaki hata hiyo miaka anataka ingine aongezwe. Sisi tunataka hata akiwa ni 3 aondoke 3 ikiisha. Alafu kukuja mtu mwingine afanye kazi.
Wewe usiwe mfalme katili, manake makatili ndio wanafanyaga mambo kama haya. Nasema kwangu mimi na uchungu moyoni mwangu.
However, there are those that have embraced the new dawn. They want the new look presidency to embark on implementing promises made to them during campaigns 2 years ago.
Na Kindiki labda atakalia hiyo kiti, serikali iendelee, barabara ya Maumau imalizike, barabara ya Marua imalizike, hospitali ya kansa pale Kimathi ijengwe na imalizike, kiwanja ya Nyarifo ya airport imalizike. Kama hiyo ndio itakuwa maendeleo, basi sisi tutakuwa pale nyuma tukipiga makofi.
Ile kazi ilianzia huku Nyeri ambayo haijafanywa, tunataka sasa tumalizie. Lakini hatusemi ati kiongozi wetu sio Rigathi. Kiongozi wetu hapa Mount Kenya region tunasema ni Rigathi Gachagua.
Compared to September 2022 when Gachagua was taking oath of office, Nyeri town remained largely deserted. Eateries that had been flocked then, empty today. However, business returned to normalcy later on, though it was sluggish. Kamau Mwangi, Citizen TV, in Nyeri County.
Kenyans have called on the Deputy President, Professor Kithure Kindiki, to prioritize service delivery and alleviate the suffering endured due to a number of things, including the high cost of living. Congratulating Kindiki on his new designation, Kenyans also called on the government to tone down the political rhetoric while advising the Deputy President to adequately assist the President for the good of the majority.
Ningekwambia Mheshimiwa Kithure Kindiki, sasa chukua usukani, ufanye kazi kwa uadilifu. Kitu ya kwanza, kwa karibu na rais wetu, umshauri.
Tunataka tufanyiwe maendeleo. Watoto wetu free primary education, free secondary education, free university education. Mambo ya kutuambia mambo ya Kindiki, mambo ya uchaguzi, miaka nenda miaka rudi, tumechoka.
Alifanya kazi sana kwa sisi hapa. Alikuwa hatoki Lamu wakati wa matatizo. Wakati wa matatizo salama, mara nyingi alikuwa na sisi hapa akitusaidia kutatua matatizo yetu mbalimbali. Kwa hivyo alhamdulillah tushukuru, na alifaulu kipa kubwa sana. Kwa hivyo sisi pia tunampongeza.
Tulikuwa tumegawanywa hapo mbele juu ya mlima. Sisi watu wa mabonde tungekuwa wapi? Sasa yeye akuwe mtu wa Kenya wote, asaidie Kenya. Na natarajia sasa, Mr. President, umepata mtu mwenye mnaenda kufanya kazi na yeye, si kufutana.
Ile kitu mimi nataka nimwambie Kithure Kindiki ni kwamba afanyie kazi wa Kenya wote. Asiende zaidi yake peke yake, kwa sababu Kenya ni yetu sisi zote.
Kuapishwa kwa Professor Kithure Kindiki is a good advice, kwa sababu is a good thing to be done in Kenya. Kwa sababu gani? Kindiki ako na humility, ako na unyenyekevu, sio mtu proud.
Yule naibu wa rais mwenye ametolewa alikuwa akitangaza ukabila popote aendapo, anatangaza ukabila. Akienda wapi ukabila, hana hata aibu. Mambo ya ukabila watupe kando kabisa, hili waendeze Kenya iende mbele.
Na hivyo ndo tunataka tu kusema tunakatana nayo kabisa. Hii maneno ya Kindiki kuapishwa sisi hatukubaliani nayo. Na tunataka kusema manze president, manze ya reason tu venye tu penye yako. Kenya natupeleka man, hata sisi wenyewe tunachanganikiwa kabisa.
Hiyo tunaona ni profesa, na kama ni profesa kwa kweli kutakuwa na mabadiliko makubwa. Naibu rais ndio mshauri mkubwa wa rais. Kwa hivyo atashauri rais mzuri na kutakuwa na mabadiliko makubwa. Kama mambo yameisha kuwa magumu na mengine ataangalia.
Hii siasa sasa ishe na waanze kutufanyia kazi. Mtuzuletee salamu, mtuletee maendeleo. Unajua wabunge wa Bomet wakikuja kila mara, anakuja anatuambia mnasalamiwa na president. Mnasalamiwa na president. Msikuje na salamu, tumesalamika. Mtuletee maendeleo.